This call is now being recorded. This call is now taking notes. So, um, looking at it now, so this is a problem statement. So they said, hold on. So there's a problem statement. Daniel wants to use the data to answer a few simple questions about his customers, especially about their visiting patterns, how much money they have spent, and also which menu items are their favorite. No, for example, you understanding your customer from this angle, we know how, like, give you some insight as to how to like serve them better. You understanding their customer, understand your customer, what they need, will determine what the kind of service you should be providing. So that is what this thing is all about. So having this deeper connection with his customer will help him deliver a better, more personalized experience for his loyal customers. The whole point of a business to satisfy the customer so that they can keep coming back. You know, so that's the thing. He plans on using this insight to help him decide whether he should expand the existing loyalty program. Additionally, he needs help to generate some basic data sets so his team can easily inspect the data without needing to use SQL. Danny has provided you with a sample of his overall customer data due to privacy issue, but he hopes that these examples are enough for you to write a fully functioning SQL queries to help him answer his questions. Danny has a three. So this data set, this what's it called? Company has three data set, like three tables. They have the sales table that contains the sales information. They have the menu table and they have the members table. So those are the three tables that we have. Sales table contains their day-to-day, transaction. Menu table contains information about what they are selling, their goods, their products. While the members table is actually like a program that is set up. Sorry, just a minute. Okay, I'm back. So, it's just like a program that is set up. Like, okay, when we have like something, all this membership thing, if you're a member, you have access to some things, stuff like that. So that's what I did. And this is the ERD diagram of your table. These are the how the table is linked because you need to understand how it's linked so that you can know how to write your query. So that's that. Now moving on. So these are like an example of the data table of the sales. We have the customer ID, we have the other dates, we have the product ID, like that. And we have the menu. So this is the menu. These are the three products: sushi, curry, and ramen. These are the prices and the product ID. Then we have the members table. So this is just like uh, a capture of the data table to know what it looks like and what you're dealing with. Now, moving on now. So these are the few questions they want you to answer for them to, make some insightful decision. Now let's dive into it now and let's start doing it. So that this I believe everyone understand the questions, right? I believe everyone understand the question. So we understand the case study. Now let's dive into like answering these questions for Danny's diner. So let's do something with it. Hold on, let me just okay. We're in. So I already have a data set before, so I think I've many times I've shown you how to you can get the Danny's diner data set. So let's just dive into it right away. So yeah. So this is my this thing now. So I have the this thing question. So the first question says, let me bring the question here so that we can answer it together. How do I bring this thing? I bring the question. Okay. Um I believe everyone can see my screen. So these are the questions we have to answer with this thing now. Okay. So this is enough. So the first question says, what is the total amount that what total amount each customer spent at the restaurant? Now the tables are here. Let me show you briefly the tables before we proceed. Look at it. This is the dining designer. We come to the schema. We can have we can see the menu, the members, the menu, and the sales table. Now the first question says, what is the total amount each customer spent at the restaurant? So if I wanted to calculate the total amount that each customer spent at the restaurant, how do you think I'm going to go about it? Now look at it now. It's a very dicey one. Select star from, let me show you all the like menu from sales for members. So if I run this now, look at it. We have the menu. So these are the sales. Now for the menu, this is the price of each product. So you need to understand that these are the price of each product. Is listed there. Sushi is for this. This thing is going for this. And we have the member table now. So these are information. So the first question is, what is the total amount each customer spent at the restaurant? Like so far, so like overall customer that each customer have spent, that's what they are looking for. Since they started like transacting with them, what is the overall uh amount they've spent so far since they started transacting or buying goods from the restaurant? So to go about that, does anyone have any idea on how we can do that? Anyone at all? Anyone want to give you a show? Anyone? Still waiting. Okay, so now to go for this first one now. To know that customer, we have the information of their transaction on the sales table. These are information of their transaction on the sales table. And we have the information of the price on the menu table. So we need to do some join here. For us to get total amount, then we need to join the sales with what? With the menu table. Because we don't have the price in the menu table. We only have the information about the transaction that is carried out. So for us to actually get total amount, then we need to join the sales and the menu together. And for us to join the sales and the menu together, what are the things they have in common for us to join them together? So they both have product ID. So sales has product ID, menu has product ID. Then we can join them based on product ID. So that will be select. Let me first of all put star here now, because I might not be doing this star. Let's just put star there for the query sake. Select star from. So the first table is the sales. Then we are going to use join. This kind of query we are using inner join, because we are going to look at we are looking for the information that is common to the two table. Inner join, because if I have the sales information, I don't have the price. There's no way I can calculate the amount. And if I have the price and I don't have the sales information, there's no way I can calculate the amount. So we just have to do the inner join for us to get the total sales. So that will be menu, and we have to join them. So I can call this one S and this one M, and S dots product ID equals to an M dot product ID. So that sorry on and to put on S. So if I look at this now. So I have the transaction information, I have the corresponding price. So with this, I can calculate the amount. You understand now? I can calculate the amount. Now, how do we go about this? Since for this, I only need the customer, so I can just reduce it what I need. I can say cookie customer ID and the probably do I need product ID? Yeah, I can say product ID or product name. Here's a product name so that one is much more clear. Come on. And the last one is price. So these are the information I needed to calculate the total amount of spent. If I run this in again, sorry, that should become my. And I have this. Now, the next thing you want to do now is to calculate the total amount for each customer. So I'm going to introduce you to a new thing now known as CTE. So this thing actually brings us to a new thing that I talk about. What is CTE? Let me quickly show you what CTE is before we go about this thing. The full meaning of CTE is what's a CTE? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Common table expression. Sorry. So common table expression, and what it is used for is it is used to actually break down your code. If you're writing a long code that actually maybe require you getting the data from table A and table B, then you can break it down into like separate queries, and that's what we know as common table expression. You create a table like a precedent that you're going to refer to solve the other one. That's the kind of thing. And let's look at an application here now. So to write a city, you start with width. So start a city, you start with width. So that would be width. Let me just call this sales info. With sales info as this. So you open a bracket. So we are creating like a mini table that we want to refer to. So let's say this one is a sales info. That is how you started this thing. So this table now that we have, the information on this table is going to store like temporarily here into a sales info table that we can actually call in our next query. So now to do this now, for me to not get total amount, I'm going to do select customer ID, comma. Now to get the total amount, it's going to be sum price. That's the price that each customer spent. Now in this case, that will be now from, instead of using any sales, I'm going to now be referring to sales info. From sales info. Now the next one is group by, because we are using an aggregate function. Group by what? Customer ID. Now for us to run this thing, now we are going to run everything together. If I run everything together now, then I get the total amount that each customer has spent. So I can say this one as let me just rename the column as total amount. If I run this, then I have this. And this is the total amount that each customer has spent so far. Any question? Anybody? So if you have a question, I would like to ask now. Any question on this thing I just did now? Anything I thought that you don't understand?
Yes, sir. So do we need to do the select twice?
You need to do what?
Can you hear me? Like,
I can hear you. I
the
can hear
way,
you.
okay, with info, we need to do the first
Yes.
select customer, then the second one again to say the sum of price and the total. Like,
Yes.
it's a bit much.
Don't let me be much. But yeah, you can still actually I know what you're saying. You can still do the sum directly. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? So you can do the sum directly without doing. I'm just trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
simplify the
I
query for
can
you and just explain query. So let me do something different here. So you can do like this. Let me copy this. If I do something like this, still works. But just for so that they can understand your query and your simplicity of to understand the query for those that are going to be reading it. That's why we need to use CT to break it down. So I can do maybe sum. Is that what you're saying? I just do the sum directly as total amount. And yeah, I can say group by customer ID. This still works. You get that?
Okay,
Do you
okay. We
understand?
can
You
also do it
understand? So
like this without the
you can also
CC.
do it like this. Yes.
Yes.
So the reason why we have to do like this is to make the to break down the query so that it can be explanatory. People can understand it. Do you understand? So that's why this thing. Now looking at this query now, you might look somehow complicated because you have to do join, you have to do group by, stuff like that. But CT is just for clear coding. That's it.
What I found out, my own understanding is that sometimes the help of the city is usually for when your logic is not going to be straightforward. Like you
Straightforward,
would have to
clarity.
pull some things together first, let
Yes.
it make sense, then you now build on that. In other words, you now make reference on that assemble, and you
Yes.
no longer need to go through all the steps. You could just now reference it, just like we said, from sales information, because all of that working together that you did as a bulk, you have now
Yeah.
referenced as sales information.
Exactly.
Well, for somebody
Exactly.
that's seen it the first time, yes, it might be a
Complicated,
bit.
right?
Yes, but well, as you continue to practice with it, and then you do more analysis, I think you now see why it becomes helpful, because there are some things you will not have to run over all the time. You will just
Yeah.
do the referencing and then you go on from there.
Yes. Yes. You're very, very correct. That's why I normally say like you need to practice, practice
Yeah.
actually when you try to do some practice on your own and you probably got stuck on some this thing and you try to figure it out. That's when you understand it better. Because now looking at this now, he's a bit somehow it's like to Aisha now might be a bit complicated, but there are bigger ones than this. But the more you practice with this, the more you understand the other ones that are coming. But that's just like a simple introduction to CTE. So CTE can be as long as like you can write as long as this kind of query, like maybe like 4, 5, or 6, can be as long as that. So depending on what you're trying to do. So now the second question says, how many days has each customer visited the restaurant? I want you to like answer me down. How many days has restaurant each customer visited the restaurant? Does anybody want to go with that? Is it Feolu and Nicole? Nicole? No. Do anybody want to go with that? Eh, you need to let me show you the question again. So I need someone that can volunteer for this second question. Anybody?
I'm even trying to find which of the tables we'll get the information from. Is it from, because that information has to do
Okay.
with the date. Is there a date,
So how
or
many
is there a
days?
customer?
Yeah, you are
Is there a
using
customer
sales table.
sales? Okay, because
Yeah,
that's what
you
I'm
say
trying to do. Trying to find
yeah,
which table will give me the information.
yeah. Look, so let me show you the sales table. This is the sales table.
For
Sales table contains order date, customer
uh
ID, order date, and the product ID. So how many days has each customer visited the restaurant? So that's the this thing now. So now to know the days, how many days?
how many days?
How many days? So I think I'm going to use count here. Do you understand? I'm going to use count like on the date column, and I'm going to be using count distinct. Select, and the reason I'm using count distinct is because A customer can come to buy, can visit the restaurant twice a day. Do you understand? So that doesn't count as twice. It counts as just one day. Do you understand now? I can order any food like from probably an eatery 3 times or 4 times in a day. So if they are going to count it, it's still I just like that's just like a day to them. So in this case, now that'll be customer ID. That's why we are using count distinct. If it's not, if we don't have multiple, like a customer going to get some products from the restaurant, like maybe more than once in a day, then we don't have to use distinct. But since we have that kind of scenario, then we have to use distinct. So that'll be count distinct. Then order it from sales. So what do we need to do next? Do we need to do anything after this?
You group by.
Yeah, thank you so much. Goodbye. So group by. Aisha, are you with me?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. All right. So now if I run this now, so this is the number of days that each customer has come. Customer here, I visit them 4 times, B 6 times, C 2 times. Do you understand that? That is the this thing. Can we proceed? Okay, moving on. So the other question says, what was the first item from the menu purchased by each customer? What was the first item? What was the first item from the from the menu purchased by each customer? This is a bit tricky because for me to actually get this thing, I might want to introduce something like a new concept, but I don't want to do that now. But how can we get this thing? What was the first item from the menu purchased by each customer? Can anyone know like what is the first item purchased by each customer? Purchased by each customer. First item, first item. Anybody? So for this one, I might have to probably ignore it because I need to use probably row number or dense rank or rank for me to get this one out. Because I need to rank the products that each customer bought. Then I can now group them, start selecting which one they got first, using the rank or dense rank or row number. But we've not actually talked about that, so I might not want to go into that for now. So the first question said, what is the most purchased item on the menu and how many times was it purchased by all customers? What is the most purchased item on the menu and how many times was it purchased by all customers? Now, to know the item that is purchased, the customer are getting the most, that we select customer ID, comma, product ID, just like that. From I can just use I can use another this one. So from sales. Okay, what is the most purchased item on the menu and how many times was it purchased by all customers? Okay. Mm, so it's going to be like this. What do I write the Should be. So it's going to be this. Okay, so now product ID, then I can do count of product ID. But let me just join. Let me join. Let me join. Why am I using count? Why am I not using distinct count here? Why am I using count? Can anyone tell me why I'm using count? Why am I not using distinct count?
You are not using distinct count because you want to know the number of times the product featured.
Yes, 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 yes. You are very, very correct. Thank you so much. Yes. So that is it. Yeah, you get the answer of all these things. S dot on S dot product ID equals to M dot product ID. Now, so for this now, I can just run this. Let's just run this to see the output first. Let the product name come here. So I need to do group by. Group by. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is it now. So it said by all customers. Sorry, we don't need to put since we are checking by all customers, then we don't need to put customer ID again. You get that? Like which are the which product did the customer buy the most? So we don't need to group it by customer again. So
Yes, because we're looking for the sum.
it is for the sum. Thank you so much. So it is actually ramen. So ramen is the one, and it's bought 8 times by customers. Do you get this? Do you get the logic of all these things that we are doing? Because that's what really matters. Understanding the whole how the whole thing works. So it is ramen because it is bought what 8 times compared to other ones. Now moving on. Let's continue. So the question said, which item was the most popular for each customer? Which item was the most popular for each customer? Then we can now put let's put customer ID here back. Do you get
Yes,
that now?
so this is where we put the customer ID.
Yeah, exactly, you get now. So the customer ID can come back now. So customer ID. And truly, so this is how just the real question is when you're writing your query. So when you're familiar with all these things, it will be quite easy to write other ones. Run this now. Now we can pick this thing that is popular for each customer now. Jesus, so I can order it by, let's say, order by customer ID.
Yes, I was thinking about how to further condense it, let
Yes,
it to sum it up
there's a way I can condense it. When we talk about all these row number dense rank, then I'm going to show you another way you can just extract those ones alone.
alone. Okay.
Yes, and you can use CTE now to actually extract the loan too from here. from this. You understand now? So if I want to use CT, let's quickly use CT for this. You get that now? Let's use CTA. So that will be with table. Let me just go. Table A has this. Then I'm going to select customer ID. And what's it called now? Product name. Comma. Now I'm going to do max. Let me just call it total product. From table A. Then we have to do group by. Let me get this, So okay, it's bringing for each product. So that just cannot work then. It cannot work. This one cannot work. This cannot. So what we can do here is this. This cannot work. So I can
We wanted to order by
order by customer ID. So that I can order by customer ID, comma again, max, I'll be total prod. What I call it here. Order by customer ID and order by this. So order by customer ID in descending order. Order by this one in ascending order. So in ascending order, this one in descending order. So that will be the other one, thought prod. That's what I call the name.
Okay.
BESC. So that we can have the bigger first. So for this first customer, it is ramen. For second customer, it is sushi. While for the third customer, it is also ramen.
Okay.
You get that now?
Yes.
So that is
Okay.
the customer that
okay. I get it.
Okay, so now moving on.
Why I was still looking at how we can do it, because when you're looking at a large body of data, we can do this because we're looking at a few numbers. But when you're looking for at large numbers, then it becomes
Yes. So there's a way we can bring it out with that one.
Okay.
So with row number and dense rank, you can actually filter out whatever it is that you want from the large data set, just the ones you want to know.
Okay.
Do you understand? So when we get to row number, when we get to all these what's it called? Windows function, then we're going to talk about this. Yeah, row number, dense rank, and normal rank, like that. So yeah, when we get there, I'm going to explain that better. Then we can actually revisit all these things.
Okay.
And see how we can apply it. Now, moving on to this is just 7. Now we talk about that. Now, which item was purchased first by the customer after they became a member? So which item was purchased first after they became a member? This is a very tricky question. Now, so we need to join the customers and the member table. Like the sales and the member table that we select. Star from sales join
Join.
members. So I think members and sales, what they have in common is customer ID. So that will now be on
On
S and
S
M.
customer ID
Yes. So on
equal
S
to
dot customer ID.
M dot customer ID.
Yeah, this is customer ID. So that's it. Now let me quickly just run this thing so that we can see what we have here first. Mm, Let me display members. Look at it. So now we have to do some some query here. So what we are going to the logic we are going to use is where order dates is greater than or equals to join date. Do you get that? And then and okay, should I put where? Mm,
I
Where
was thinking of the where condition.
I can say and wait, let me do and first and um s dot order date. You can do a join with this. This is another s order date equals to m dot is equals to okay. S order is greater than or equals to m dot join date. This will filter it out a bit. Are you are you with me? Do you understand what I just did now? Hello? Is anyone there?
Yes, I'm looking at the query.
Okay.
And
Do you
okay.
understand it? Do you understand it?
Yes. So
Okay.
where, because we're assuming that the membership day might not necessarily be the day they made an order.
Yes.
So we're trying to ensure that the date comes after or at most on the same day
On the
of
same day,
membership.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So
Okay.
that is it. So this will give us the number of purchases the purchases they've made after they became a member. Do you understand? So this will give us
Yes.
so looking at this now to now bring it out, we are going to now bring out the maximum date now here. Sorry, the minimum date. Let's now do something. So it's going to be customer ID. They are not wise. So it will be customer ID. They think they can do these things. So then it's gonna be customer ID, product ID, comma. Oh, sorry. Then we can do the other ones, which is we are not the minimum order dates as first order. So this can be This is it now. You shouldn't put product ID safe. You shouldn't do customer ID. What's the question again? What is the most what item was the most popular? What item was purchased first by the customer after they became a member? Okay. What item was purchased first by the customer? So looking at this now, we can see that it is actually the first customer. This is just one way we can do it. For customer A, the first item they purchased was sushi. This one, what's his name? I think that's sushi. Yes, sushi for customer A, because this is the day they purchased it on the 7th. For customer B, this is the customer they purchased it. So the reason why this one is like this is because we need to actually now pick out the customers, the single product that they purchased that day. So for example, now we should bring out only the 17th, and we should bring out only the 7th of this first one should be for product A, and for product B it should be 10th. We can actually use all these window function for this also. This dense rank and the likes can also be used for this. Probably we can revisit this when we get to those ones too. But yeah, that is one of the ways we can go about this for now. Are you with me?
But
Yes.
the customer ID list is not complete. There's no C.
Yeah,
At
C is
least
not
the
a
customer is
C
not
is
a
not a
member.
member. Yeah, it's not a member.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's what you tell us.
Um,
C is not a member.
so so with this now, we're now manually looking at the
Yes,
earliest date.
the earliest day, which is not actually it's not this is not the efficient way of writing code.
Exactly. I was looking at it that the query has not been optimized to the
Optimize.
like, yeah, because we need to get to the point where it just singles out the information we want. Okay,
Yes.
but we are on
So
on the
yeah,
track.
right. So
Okay.
if we are using dense rank or we are using all these Windows function, then it's going to assign a number to each date. For example, now for the first date, for customer A is going to put 1, for second is going to put 2, and it's going to do the same for B. Then we can now filter them by that particular number. That is how we can use Windows function for that, and that one is much more efficient with this. But with this, I think this is one of the ways we can go about it. And another way we can let me look at it. Let me look at another way we can actually write this code to give this kind of thing. First that there. Nah. Is that Windows function that will be the best part? We can revisit this question after we understand those Windows functions. And let's look at some other functions that we have here also. So which item was purchased before you came on? What's the total item? I think this is where we're going to stop today. What is the total item amount spent for each member before they became a member? What's the total item? And these other two questions, I would like us to just look at it, and if you can form your own query, I would like the answer for this query in our next class. We are using case for this one. Yeah, using case. We can try. Yeah, using case to solve the question. All these conditional statements to solve that question. Yeah, this one. But let's look at this last one here. It says, what is the total item and amount spent for each member before they became a member? Now let's use the same query that we have here. So I'm going to do before they became a member, that will be less than. Do you understand? So I'm going to join 3 table here. I don't think you've seen the way I joined 3 table before. So it's going to be join members on, then I'm going to do another one. Join menu. That'll be, let me say M2. Join menu on sales on S dots product type. Okay, on S dot product ID equals to M2 dot product ID. So it's going to be this So this one is going to be less than order date, where order date is less than M joined it. So that's that one. So this is going to be customer ID. Sum of price. That's total amount. Group by so before they became a member, this is the total amount they've spent. Do you understand that? Do you get that?
One part is missing. They said,
Which part is that?
what is the total, the items?
Okay, did you
What
talk
we
about
have now
items
is
here?
customer ID.
What is the total amount?
Yes.
What's the total item? Okay, what's the total item and the amount
Okay.
spent? Okay, total
So
item.
we have to put
Okay, okay.
product name.
Yeah. So that would be total item. So total item, they're asking of, okay.
Are we counting? You
Uh,
said, no, it
yes,
said
can't
what
can
is
be
the
there.
total items? Okay.
You get that now? Product name, comma,
Name.
counts,
Then count of.
product ID. Or you can count product name. Anyway, yes, you are very correct. So let's, as a total item, then this one is going to be, do you get that? So for sushi, for customer B, he bought curry, total item bought on curry is just two, and they have spent $30. On sushi, just one, that's 10. Curry on A it's just curry, that's 15. And also A on that's 10. And that's it. You get that? Okay. You understand that? Okay. So Aisha, are you also with us?
Yes, I want to go through it. I'm here.
What part don't
Please
you
just
understand?
send the recording. I
Okay.
understand, but we need to just practice and
Okay,
maybe
that's
like
good. So yeah, so that would be all for our class today. Any questions so far? So I'd like you to just go over this. So I just want to do this. So next week we're going to talk about these Windows functions. Then we can revisit some of these questions that we abandoned.
Okay. Well, at the concept of joining three tables, I
Yes,
think I need to revisit that one. So well, after we've done the first join, we
yes.
now added a third one,
Yeah, third one.
and okay, that's the one I need to. Okay,
Go over again.
yes, I need to do the third one, and okay, the third one was also it was also with the first table, which is with
Yeah,
sales.
sales. Yeah, we
Okay.
join with sales. Yes, we join
With
with sales.
sales. So we did the first join. Okay, yes, because sales had most of the primary information that we even
Yes,
need.
that we need to join
Okay.
them with other tables. Yes.
Yeah. So that the other tables were like the secondary ones that had
Mhm.
the okay.
Exactly. You get it right. You get it right. So okay, don't worry. I will make sure I send the video this time around. I will not. I will not. I will not just like. I will make sure I'll find time to send it. I will make sure I send it. So that'll be all for today's class. Yes. Thank you so much for joining. See you again
thank
next
you.
week. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Thank you.